Hello Hattrickers! This is episode 122 of Let's Play Hattrick in San Marino. A bit of an off-season special. It's been 2 long weeks if I am to be completely honest here. Almost ready. This off-season special will have some transfer news. We will be looking at the first few Coppa opponents hopefully, as well as trying to get an idea what the first 3 rounds in the league season will bring for us. So let's just kick it off with some transfer news here, because we did in fact sell Bledvosky for 22 million Danish kroner. Now, looking at his transfer fee history, you might think this is an awful transfer for us, but 5 seasons ago, the market was just completely different. All the prices were just sky high, and that's not the case anymore, so I'm actually quite happy to get 22 million Danish kroner for Bledvosky. The whole transfer swap is an attempt to try to keep more value within the squad. Jan Louts is the new main keeper in the squad. Yeah, a few years younger, maybe not quite as good at this point, but he is earning his loyalty already, and I'm fairly sure he'll do quite well in goal for us in the coming season. Good news also from the financial department. We have the new figures for the sponsors, and we have increased our weekly sponsor gain by 21.5%, from 1.485 million Danish kroner per week to 1.805. So that's a nice increase, roughly 5 million Danish kroner per season. So yeah, good news for sure. The final senior training update of the season gave us 2 pops in scoring for relevant players, Kamalini popping from inadequate to passable scoring, and Igor Becker from weak to inadequate. Love to see it. In the training planner, we still have 10 weeks remaining before we can switch to playmaking. It will be 10 problematic weeks, which I cannot wait to get over with, simply because having to play inner midfielders up front is a bit troublesome while also trying to compete. In the beginning of the season, we'll be playing both cup matches and league matches, so just sticking them up front in the friendlies is not really an option early on. The good news, however, is that once those 10 weeks are over, we can focus very much on competitiveness, really. Some of the players we bring in at that point could potentially be final phase players. Yeah, you'll never know what happens beyond those 10 weeks once we start investing in the squad. Time will tell, of course. On Saturday, we were part of the weekly Hattrick lottery trying to find the next unbelievable gem, and here's how that went. We could really use something extraordinary now, so Bolini, Risaliti, Roman, show us what you've got. A 15-year-old, overall 5, just weak playmaking. It could only be Babini. Let's go, Babini. 15 years, 91 days. I really hope there's a lot to hope for in scoring here, but really not the best prospect ever, to be honest. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah, maybe not the biggest unpolished gem you've ever seen, so let's just move on to the Coppa Tinano and check out the opponents for the first round. We are playing against a bot team, so hopefully there shouldn't be any trouble getting to the second round. Let's just move on and check C. The opponents here, Lovely Unicorns, they are also facing a bot, and Lovely Unicorns are in Division 3 as well as us, and 145,000 TSI on average tells us a story of a team being quite strong just like us, so hopefully we can do well against the Unicorns. Let's just check out the last, not the promotion match, because that would have been against a bot, Ulasai FC. Let's check C here and see some ratings. A good all-round team. Is this quick player being man-marked? No, for some reason he's just quite weak. We'll have to see if we can find a way through against the Unicorns. Yeah, it will not be an easy match, but definitely an easier matchup than last season's second round in the Cup, where we played the new champions of Penarosa Bramante. It looks like we are in for a challenge in the second round already. Division 3-4 is our new series this season, and we'll be playing Ingra Valley Football Club in the first round next season. Looking at the statistics for season 18 suggests that we are in the top half when it comes to ratings, a bit behind Ingra Valley in the average for on total ratings, and looking at average ratings we are actually in the bottom half, but things are a bit blurry at the moment since we've been training scoring and playing inner midfielders up front and all that good stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what we will have to face in this season. Facing Ingra Valley in the first round, I have taken a look at 2 different matches here, depending on what kind of opposition they're facing. And in the first match I've looked at, they play against Comando Terme, and they play a 5-4-1 at home. They are training defenders, so obviously they want to play 5 at the back in order to utilize the training spots properly. 2 fairly good attacking sides and not as strong in the middle, but a fairly strong defensive side to be facing the coming season. The next match that I have picked out for an example is against Magico Napoli away from home. Against stronger opposition, it looks like they changed the approach a bit, still playing 5-4-1, but in a counter, trying to focus some attacking strength down one side instead. They're trying to match the possession, meaning they are also playing for a few of the normal chances, and in this one, they come out with a draw. So definitely an interesting match coming up in round 1. They might be playing in a counter, and we will need to find a way through the defense. And it's definitely not as simple as finding a way through the defense as last season, where we could pretty much ignore defense because they can actually attack a bit. We'll have to be a bit careful, I guess. Montserrat FC is the second opponent this league season, and we'll be playing them away from home in round 2. Let's have a look at the team analysis. Let's find the league games, and let's take a look against Mountain King in this matchup. Mountain King is a fairly strong team here. They lost 3-0 away from home, playing 4-5-1. They might be training keepers actually, but playing 4-5-1 pretty much all round with a strong defense. Again, it is a case of us trying to find a way through a pretty strong defense, but we can't ignore all the other sectors just like we've been used to in Division 4. Let's also check C against Magico Napoli at home. Napoli playing creatively 3-5-2. Montserrat doing a good job of attacking down the flanks here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them employing a counter as a surprise at some point as well, even though they haven't done so. If we return to the analysis tool here, they've been playing 4-5-1 all the time. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them applying a counter-attacking approach at some point. The final team to look at in this league opponent preview is AC Sabio Pendis. Let's take a look here. Team analysis and league matches, and they are doing different things here, playing counter-attacks against strong opposition, I think. They won the qualifier here against FC Childsport. Let's take a look at this match. A counter-attack, extraterrestrial. 5-4-1 again, strong defense, but not the strongest other sectors. So it's a bit of a theme in this league so far. Looks like we have a defense trainer as well this time. For the other two defensive teams, we couldn't really just ignore other sectors, but it looks like we should be able to go all-out attack against AC Sabio Pendis. That is what I am thinking of right now, at least. Going back to the analysis, let's just see how he play when going attacking on the wings. The midfielders and wingers are focused towards the side, makes good sense, and a formidable and excellent side attack. Yeah, it's a weak opposition, so maybe there's not a lot to take away from this match, really winning 8-0. Still a defensive opponent, and hopefully we can build a lot of team confidence before this match, making it a bit easier to get through the defense. When it comes to the overall expectations for the season, I'm hoping that we can finish in third and claim some prize money at the end of the season. The team should be progressing nicely, and hopefully we will be able to get through all of the scoring during the season. And if that's the case, I am very positive towards the end of the season. But there are still a lot of unanswered questions for this season, and it will be interesting to try to play in Division 3. I'm looking forward to it. That's all for this little off-season episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are ready for the next season. Best of luck. Thank you so much for watching. And while I say goodbye, take a look at the squad photo for the next season. Take care. Bye.